Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Valen with Vista Del Mar, and this morning we've got an interesting little trip for you. So we can't actually get mail here at the farm. We have to go to a nearby city called Puerto Plata to get it. It's about a 50-kilometer drive, and this morning you guys are going to join us there. So we're checking the fluids on the car right now, and it's been a long time since we used this rig, and we're trying to figure out where the oil dipstick is. So bear with us on that. Look at where this thing is. It's like tucked into the valve cover.
So the top is the wire knot. I thought it was just sitting there, honestly.
At least the oil's good. How are you feeling about our excursion this morning? Don't you just love going to town early in the morning?
Oh, I do. I love the smell of Puerto Plata in the morning.
So it's about like 8:15 in the morning right now. Usually for trips like this, we leave quite a bit earlier. And the reason for that is to avoid the city traffic because it gets super brutal as soon as like work hours start around 8 or 9 o'clock.
One of the things that our viewers might not be really familiar with is how it's different to drive in different countries. Here in the DR, although things have gotten a lot more, what can you say, normal from an American perspective over the last few years as far as traffic goes, it's still it's still a different paradigm. Basically, the way I think of it is that here, although obviously they have traffic laws, I kind of think of them as being traffic suggestions, because if you're thinking that everybody's going to be following the traffic laws and expecting that, then you're probably going to get in an accident. You have to understand that people take these things with a grain of salt, to say the least, and passing on different sides and things like that is pretty much the norm. This guy here, see, I could go across the double line, or I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to wait. Well, this guy's going to pass. You can't see around the corner, so it's totally normal for people to be passing as you come around a corner and taking up an extra lane that you were expecting to use. And you can pretty much figure that every lane represents kind of like two lanes in the way that it's used a lot of times. One of the things you kind of got to get used to is the proximity, because here, you know, with a head-on pass or something like that, it's not uncommon to have about 2 feet between vehicles or something like that, with closing speeds of well over 200 kilometers an hour. So that's something that you got to get used to at first, because sometimes you're kind of forced into those situations and there's no room to flinch because you're stuck between traffic, and you're going to hit somebody if you move. So you got to just let them pass close, and that's just the way it is here. People's tolerance for risk in that respect is much higher. But normally these days on the highways, it's really calmed down a lot, and I'm glad to see that. We see safer cars and safer drivers. You get into the city, well, I don't know if any of you ever driven in New York City, but it's kind of like that on steroids. But I've been here for many years now, and to me it's just second nature. But I can tell you, when I first got here, just driving on the highway freaked me out as an American driver that's used to like space and like laws and things like that. Which isn't to say anything bad about the country, it's just a different way of looking at things. And the developing world is a different place, and it's very interesting, a lot of freedom, a lot of responsibility. Well, that kind of sucked. We got the window washer guy. He came up and started washing our windows, but we happen to be carrying literally zero cash right now. We're all got credit cards. I'd gladly have given him a few pesos for washing our windows because they were dirty, but we didn't ask him to do it, and we got nothing to give him, so say la vie.
So we were also gonna hit the store while we were out, but we left a little bit late, like I explained earlier, and we just passed by the supermarket and the line was like over 100 people long.
They're still doing a lot of COVID precautions here. Most people are wearing masks. You're required to wear a mask before you can go into any stores. You check your temperature. They got thermal scanners and hand washing stations before you get into the store. And they only allow a certain density of people in the store at any given time. So because of that, you've got a lot of lines outside the stores. It takes a while for people to get in because they don't allow too many people in at a time, one person per family. So they're really handling the epidemic aspect really well here, but it does make life a little more convenient, and if you want a more convenient experience, you need to be started early in the morning.
And just to be clear, we do all have masks, and if you're going out, you should too, at least for the next few months. So speaking of limitations, they're only allowing one person inside the mailroom at a time right now. So Drake and I are waiting out here. All right, so that's that. We're gonna head back home. See you on the flip. All right, mission accomplished. We are back home, and we're gonna get these packages disinfected and unpacked. So this is our packages today, but the one that we're interested in is this box here. These are my things. All right, let's see what came today. Starting out, we've got some new lenses for the camera. These are gonna be interesting. They just mount onto the phone like that. They were pretty highly reviewed, so I'm hoping that they work out. Got a couple pieces of philosophical reading. We actually ordered a bunch of copies of these so that everyone could have a set in their house. Up next is a new network switch. It's a nice cheap one to replace this guy here, which is actually just a repurposed router with the wireless capabilities turned off. So this will be a little bit more secure and a little bit more reliable. And last but not least, this is packaged, but it's a USB dock for my computer because I'm always running out of USB ports. And that's pretty much it from today. So yeah, every time we want to get the mail, it's a situation pretty much like that, a 3-4 hour ordeal. We got to bring the packages home, disinfect them in case they've got gunk on them. And then we all take long, nice showers and get to enjoy the new stuff that we got. Hope you enjoyed the video today. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment if you found something interesting. And feel free to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. See you in the next one.